Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends. If you're here watching this replay, thank you so much. My name is Svava Brooks. I'm abuse survivor coach, and I love to hang out here on Periscope and YouTube with my fellow survivor thrivers, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we are working our way through my book, one day, one page at a time. This book is available on Amazon or Kindle, and also on my website, svavabrooks.com. And so if you, like I said, if you're watching this replay, thank you so much. And if you visit my website, svavabrooks.com, you can see more, learn more about the services that I offer for my fellow survivor thrivers, whether it is one-on-one coaching or group coaching. And I also am a tension and trauma release provider. I do inner child work and energy healing and love to empower people, some of my favorite people, with the tools and the skills that they need to heal and restore. Because, my friends, there's nothing wrong with us. Hey, friends, nothing wrong with you. You already come fully equipped, hardwired to live a good life. I'm the perfect person to share and spend time with. Yes, my friend. Hey, friend. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that, because that's the topic of our conversation today. As you saw in the post, we're going to pull a page from the book. I'll share a little bit of information, and then we'll have a couple questions, and then we'll have a dialogue. So I'll do my best to keep an eye on the 2 live streams and chats over here, but I've got a group of people over here. Hey, friends, on YouTube. Hey there, where you will see some of the comments back and forth. And also beyond that, we have a closed Facebook group where I do post the page of the day, and then I get permission to share the comments with all of you, and then there is community support. But if you're here live, right here, right now, then please say hello. Please let me know where you're from so we can welcome you. And feel free to jump in, ask questions about trauma and healing, or if you are looking for resources or support, we will do our best to support you. So thank you for being here. But how are we doing, my friends? Wanda, Sue, Denise. Let's see. My eyes are blurred today. How are you guys? How was the weekend? What's new and good? What's new and good? Here in the first capital city of USA. Well, hey, friend, welcome. Like I said, I'm having to lean in today. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. So how are you guys? Struggling, my friend Wanda? Well, I'm so glad that we're here together, that we can support you. I am feeling you, my friend, from my heart to yours. This healing journey, it's not fun or pretty at times, but I'm so glad that you're here with us. I see you, I hear you, I know some of this struggle, but like they say, the only way out is, what was the final word? I was going to quote our friend LaDonna before the last word, but I don't want to swear on the interweb. People may not know me and make some judgments about who I am if I say certain things, but it's only meant to really emphasize I get it. Do I get it? So, but here we are having it's ducking tough at times, yes. And we're not here, right, to wallow in it at all. And I know, Wanda, that's not what you're doing, but it's the hard stuff. We have to talk about the hard stuff, because if it's right here in front of you, between you and your life, between you and work, between you and your relationships, between you and God or whatever, then we need to address it. If it's right here, right now, we need to talk about it. We need to feel it. We need to sometimes even dissect it to really get in there. And so we can see it was just crap build on crap, that we build stories and beliefs about ourselves on top of crap. Ugh, right? I know I'm speaking to the choir here, preaching to the choir, really. So yes, it is. I've not been finding it easy either. Well, my friend Sue, I hear you. I hear you. And I have to share, right? I've been going through some stuff myself. So I thought it was to run and hide. I've been doing this all wrong, Denise. Well, here's the thing. I actually just got off a coaching call with a client where we were talking about, right, when things get hard, when it hurts so badly, or we are confused and don't even have the words to talk about it, because sometimes this hurt came from so long ago that it's like in our cells, and it's like this thin veil we can't even see. And sometimes it's like somebody flips the switch and the light is off, and we are just lost in the dark, lost in our shadows, in the lies, in the confusion. Yeah, exactly. Or we hit a brick wall. So, well, I guess we've all been going through it this week. I've been doing some really deep work myself, and the good news is I've learned to trust the process and sometimes know enough about what's going on inside of my body that I can, like, okay, I'm reaching that point of confusion that I need someone to come in with a flashlight, right? I'm stuck in the corner, bumping my head up against the corner. Yes, that can still happen. But that usually tells me that there's something new here. And my body, my nervous system, my wounded self, my inner child is ready to bring up something new, far deep, deep, deep inside of me. And I try to tell myself, if it lives inside of me, it can't be that bad, even though, and the bad is the discomfort, right? I'm learning something new about myself. What does that mean? Does it mean I was wrong all along? I'm not who I think I am. I'm not who I say I am. Am I pretending? Am I making this up, right? Are you guys with me? Am I alone here? I know I'm not. But once we finally see the lights and can get out on the other side, then we can look at it and say, wow, I get it. I know why this is here. I can see it now. And I think that the pain was my attachment to thinking this was who I was. It's not really who I am, but I've been so afraid and so attached to this story I've had to make up about who I think I am, that it scares me to let that one go. And so over and over again, for me, it's like I'm finding it's harder to let go than, once you recognize, okay, I just need to let this go, because once I see what I'm really holding on to, it really is not serving me anymore. And I have to trust that once I let go and open my palms and my hands, sometimes on my knees, just, okay, I'm ready to let this one go. This is a toxic thing, not the truth of who I am. Maybe it was a story that helped me in the past, but no longer. I'm ready. Surrender. What's going to show up? I have to trust it's going to be better, different, serving me better, serving me in a better way than what was here. So my friends, hear you, I feel you, I see you. So Wanda says, it's hard when it's nothing else to address and you must address it in order to move on. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I hear you, my friend. And that's why we're here, because it's easier when we're in it together. It's like, I do not know how, I don't think I could have made it this far on my journey alone, right? We've talked about that here, and we can make fun of it right now, is that being left alone with that madness, does usually not end well. Not end well. So thank you, friends, for having the courage to be here, to, putting your stake in the ground and like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to at least trust today. One breath at a time, we're doing this. We're doing this healing thing, right? So why is it so hard to stop and face younger self, and it's easier to forgive others than it is to forgive self? Such a good question. Such a good question, Wanda. What have you found so far, sweet, sweet Wanda? What have you found so far? I know you have had to reclaim and accept and heal some parts of yourself already. What have you learned the last time you went through the process of facing a part of yourself that, you maybe struggled with accepting? And, just for the record, I have a tribe. There's a whole tribe of parts now. And in my inner community, they're all one at a time get integrated into the wholeness of who I am. So just inviting you, Wanda, just to tap into the wisdom, because I do feel like most of us already know what it is. Yes. Wanda says here, she says, a big part of my teenage self is embarrassed and ashamed. Yes. Right? And what was the last time we paraded our embarrassment out and shame? When maybe in the past, historically, we were humiliated, embarrassed, and shamed by the people that we thought would support us, love us, validate us, keep us safe. So possibly that teenage self doesn't have a good, history of trusting that she will be seen, that she will be heard, that she will be accepted, she won't be blamed. And how often our inner parts ensure that they are seen, heard, and validated is that they will crawl inside of us and spread out. They will take over our body as a way of see what I'm feeling? Can you feel this? Do you see this? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, right? Wanda, and that's where our mindfulness practice, I know I'm going to really oversimplify this, but to understand, okay, here it is. This is a shame from the past. I can see my teenage self is really struggling with trusting that she is not inherently bad. She is desperate to find someone who can lean in and put hand on her heart and say, hey, baby girl, I know, I hear you, I feel you, I see you. Anything else that's coming up for you, Wanda? Any other thoughts, Sue? Denise, anybody else want to chime in? How have you in the past supported yourself or held a space for a part of you that is trying to be expressed, to wants to be seen and validated so they can be integrated back into the whole. My favorite line to my inner child, my inner teenager, my young adult self: nothing you can do or say, right? Nothing you can say or do will make me stop loving you. I hear you, Wanda. I hear you. Wanda says, I'll be honest, trying hard not to drown the feeling with a tequila. I know it won't solve anything, but I don't want to take your time away from the question. Well, my friend Wanda, if you are here showing up, willing and ready, and I am more than happy to support you. So how about we tap? Would you be up for doing some tapping? Because I'm feeling that this is exactly what other people could benefit from hearing today. So when one of us asks for support, when one of us asks to be seen, trust me, there are other people in our circle of right here, right now, who are watching this replay, who will also benefit from your courageous, vulnerable, sharing with us. So tell me, where is it that you're feeling that mostly? Can you sense where in your body? I'm also just wanting to direct your attention to a little bit, where do you hold this in your body? So we're going to support Wanda. It's the thoughts. Okay. All right. So have you tapped through something like this before? Because sometimes I may use words, but it's important through our tapping that we use words that resonate for us. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we met together in April in Texas, we talked about how we form beliefs. That's very sweet. Denise is encouraging Wanda. There's too many things in my world I hold shame about. You are certainly not alone. Nope, you are not alone, my friend. You are not alone. So you were tapping earlier today. Beautiful, beautiful. So can we just start with a general statement, Wanda? And I know you are a little familiar with tapping, so you can add words for you, because as information comes into our senses, our mind, the meaning-making machine, right, that you say you're struggling with those thoughts, is that information comes into our body, the mind wants to make meaning, and if we started making meaning out of things that were hurtful, abusive, as children, and we had no healthy conversations with supporting, trusting caregivers, we made up all kinds of stories about ourselves, all kinds of stories. And then we started relaying those stories back to ourselves with questions, more questions, like who I am and why this. And again, when we have no one out here to have conversation with, this becomes the tape that we run in our mind over and over and over again, right? So again, then those questions become, right, those stories, and with those stories we attach emotions to it, and then they really become deeply meaningful. And then we become very, tied in with those really hard feelings. Like, I can relate to the shame one. Like, I thought I was inherently bad. Like, no doubt. No doubt whatsoever. I was bad. everything was my fault, period, right? And underneath that was a lot of shame. So Wanda, even though I am feeling a lot of shame, even though I'm feeling a lot of shame in my body and mind today, and again, I don't know if you're comfortable with, I fully love and accept myself, or I am learning to accept myself. I am here right now, and that's enough. You find a way that resonates for you. I'm working on listening to my teen self in therapy, and I've started having the thoughts of what that conversation sounds like. It scares me. I hear you, Wanda. I hear you. So we can tap around that, right? Right now, I feel scared. Right now, tapping into talking to myself feels scary. Like these feelings feel scary. So I feel scared of those big feelings. So right after you said that a few times, even though I'm feeling scared of some feelings, I am still here. I'm loving and I accept myself, right? But it scares me. It scares me a lot. I feel really scared about those feelings. Scared of those feelings coming from my inner teenager. I'm scared of my inner teenager. My inner teenager feels scary. My inner teen feels very scary to me. My inner teenager has some scary feelings. My inner teenager feels kind of overwhelming and scary. My inner teenager has some really scary feelings. My inner teenager shows that she is scary. I'm scared of my inner teen. These are scary feelings. Those are overwhelming and scary feelings. Those are very overwhelming feelings. Those feelings are very overwhelming. One more round. These feelings are scary. These feelings feel really big. I'm not sure how to feel those. Not sure I know how. I don't know. Not knowing is scary. What if it's too much? These are very scary feelings. These big feelings scare me. So just take a couple deep breaths, Wanda. Just checking in with you. I didn't ask you to check in on a scale from 0 to 10 how you were feeling before we started, but if you tap into how are you feeling right now? I hope you guys tapped with us if you were here and watching. We're tapping on the meridian points, which is where we store energy in our system, in our energy body. Just like acupuncture, acupressure, it releases energy. When we have experiences that create stress or are emotionally like trapped in our bodies, try not to dissociate and stay grounded. All right, I hear you, friend. I hear you, friend. So if you want to shift to doing some butterfly hugs or shoulder to shoulder tapping, remember also we can reorient. We are just supporting our friend Wanda, who was just sharing some feelings that are hard. You can tap, do a little, this is like EMDR tapping. Hey Ricky, hey friend. You can try that for a little bit. Take your time, nice and slow. There you go, sitting outside, barefoot, feeling the coolness of the grass. Beautiful, beautiful. And remember, Mother Earth is supporting you. You can feel your feet on her. She holds you, she's there for you. She gladly receives any of your feelings, your thoughts. You can imagine you're just draining all that stuff down, out through your feet. She easily restores that energy. She recycles it. She takes it deep into her core, molten lava, and she gladly supports you. Ooh, my feet are tingling just from talking about connecting to Mother Earth. Just visualizing, feeling the coolness of the grass of my bare feet, imagining I'm there with you. And also, my friend, maybe look around, right? Stretch. Notice colors and textures around you. What sounds are you hearing? Roll your neck. When we stretch our shoulders down away from our, not down from our neck, because we naturally do this when we're worried or overwhelmed or feeling hard feelings. So we can help our body and the communication between the body and the mind by pulling our shoulders back and down. This is signaling to the mind. She feels safe. We can open. And looking around, what's happening out here maybe can get us dropping out of the spinning in our heads a little bit. So hang in there, my friend. Just keep looking around. Shuffle your feet on the ground. What do you hear? The birds, the cars, the wind and the trees. I know you're sitting outside. What colors? Maybe even see something you're wearing. How does that feel? Touching your skin, the fabric of your clothing. I'm so glad you're here, Wanda. I'm so glad you're here, my friend. You're okay. There's a whole tribe of people here just sending you love, supporting you. This is the human condition. When one of us is hurting, it impacts all of us. Oh, that's so sweet. Wanda says, the little boy I wrote about today just came outside and he always makes me smile. What an angel. He came out there, right now, just to be with you, bring you back into the present moment. Right? There's nothing like children or animals to do that for us, right? They demand us eye contact, present now. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, please check in with me later. Let me know how you're doing. But I am going to turn our attention to today's day. We're going to go through the page of the day in our book. And I have a couple questions. So feel free to chime in, jump in. If you have questions, want to share, we'd love to hear from you. Let's set it up here. If time is our most precious resource, it is also one of the most precious gifts we can give to someone, right? Is our time and attention, quality time, heart to heart. So it's important is so important for maintaining and sustaining healthy, loving, kind friendships and relationships. It doesn't matter what you do, and the time doesn't have to be filled with activities, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Wanda. I'm sorry, Jordan. You are not a little boy. You're right. Kidding me? Sorry, my friend. Tell him I'm sorry, Wanda. Just because the picture was small, right? My bad. That is too cute. Too cute. So, it's just the time itself, right, that you are choosing to spend with this loved one, this friend. He said he forgave you. Good, thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate that. So where was I? So it's just the time itself that you are choosing to spend with this loved one, this friend, and they with you. That means so much, right? It's just the exchange of being together. But this is something that most of us we struggle with. Even I remember when my kids were little, always had to be something going on for me to be focusing on. So let's see, going through some stuff these days, transition period, and yes, time is precious. Hey, Ricky. Well, I'm glad you're here, my friend. Glad you are here. I hear you. I see you. Sorry, I'm trying to navigate here with Periscope. So the two questions that I asked of our community today, for those interested, willing to share, is, right, I'd like to add sorry guys, that it can be about being intentional to spend time with people, a person that bring you joy, love, calm, and support. Who is that person for you? What was the last time you did have a good time or fun together, right? So often we are in the trenches of the hard work of healing. We've talked about that. But who are our people that we go to, right, to have those meaningful, joyful, heart-to-heart, supportive, caring, playful, silly even conversations or moments, or yes, and sometimes it doesn't always have to be an event, but just you get to be you, right? your authentic self. You can take down all the masks, right? All the pretend. This is just me and this is just you. Let's just hang out. So who is that for you? And that could be you. Learning to be our own best friends too. Hey friend. So Sue shared with us, for her, she says, I live next door to Yvonne and we are both single and of similar age. We've become friends and we cook for each other. Good morning, friend. It's good afternoon over here. Glad that you're here with us. She says, yeah, we cook for each other and share our meals most days. That's become a time when we share our day and support each other. Yvonne has been a listening ear during my healing journey. She has not always understood what's going on, but has learned with me and uses some of the insight she's gained in her voluntary work, which can involve some damaged, right, traumatized, and difficult people. But we were only saying recently that we often tend to take life too seriously. The cat provides some light relief and often makes us chuckle. And Yvonne has a keen sense of fun. But we've said we could do with scheduling some time out to just play and have fun. I guess now we need to do it. Yep, that sounds like a plan, Sue. Sounds like a great plan. And yes, I mean, life is hard. You know, without all the stuff that we're talking about and dealing with, life is full of challenges. And we are hardwired to focus on what could go wrong, how do I stay safe, and all that. So part of healing is to recognize most of us grew up way too fast. I'm going to schedule in some playtime. I'm going to schedule in hanging out with the people that bring me joy, that accept my silly, goofy self, and whom I get to be just real with. Get to be real with. So, and I know we had a great playtime, Sue, when we were together in Iceland. So, right, like I was talking about when we were there, we got to create memories of, you know, being silly, of playing, of joy, even though we were just going through the day together, sightseeing, and just delighting in each other's joy of being there, right? Let's see, Denise says, I've only began to venture out by myself, but in comparison to going places with others. By myself is the only time I don't have to feel like I have to be someone else or entertain someone else. I hear you. I hear you, Denise. Can you guys relate? Can you guys relate, right? It's that for many of us, our filters, our identity, or the roles that we play, different roles, different things with different people, we are so good at, like, what do you need from me? I'll be that. What do you want from me? I'll be that. Well, what's going to make you happy? I'll do that. It's exhausting. Right? And then that's why I also know for a lot of us, we're like, no, I'm just going to stay home. No, I'm just going to be in. That way, that part of you that just gets brought forward, that just knows, okay, here I am. There's a person here. I have to, you know, put myself into a pretzel to be whatever this person needs, or sometimes it's even maybe we do that to keep people at a distance. Would rather, if we focus on them, they won't focus on us. And because the truth is, maybe we don't want them to ask about us. And so sometimes in the beginning on the healing journey, we start to slowly show our true self, our authentic self in safe places where we aren't shamed or ridiculed or told, or you're too full of yourself. Better stop laughing so much. Oh, you can't have that much fun, right? Until we bring our same authentic selves into all the places we go. It takes time. And of course, I mean, there's coming together for a different purpose and a function and all that, like at work, and a lot of places where we come together, there's certain etiquette, but so often we take on kind of being the filter for between what's happening here and this person that maybe we're engaging with. So I'm happy for you, Sue. I'm happy that you have someone in your life, right, that you get to share your day with, your journey with, that is learning from you, right? It's like as you are changing, they're changing too, right? And they're taking what she's finding works for her into her life. That's beautiful, beautiful. And I love that you come together supporting your kitty. That's such a great partnership. Love it. Let's see here. Wanda shared who the person in her life that brings her joy, calm, love, or support is, ta-da, Jordan. Wanda, is he still there? Wanda says, I have the most adorable 4-year-old living next door to me. Jordan will ring my bell and ask if I will come outside and play. I love it. I love it. And of course I do. He brings out the joy in me. I love the picture that you posted, Wanda. She says, this picture was not taken on Halloween. He said he felt like a fire dog. Awesome. I love it. I love it. All right. I won't say anything else, but you can tell him I love his picture. Love it. And tell him to keep coming and asking you to play. That's awesome. We all need a child in our lives that comes and asks if we will come out to play. So for you, Wanda, and for all of us, right, to put our hand on our heart and like, yeah, what can I do for this little baby girl that lives inside of me, whether 4-year-old, 6-year-old, 13-year-old, 20-year-old, what was it that she did not get to say, do, be, or have when she was younger, that I can be and support and hold the space for her today, or for him today. You guys have seen me. I'm pretty silly, right? Eventually, well, I'm just going to be me and see who shows up. Ta-da! When you do that, that's how you start to find your people. Like the people that are not my people, they're not interested in watching this. They're not interested in listening. They're not interested in hanging out. No, that's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Neither are you guys, right? But just be you and see who you enjoy to hang out with. And I can tell you some of my most favorite people that I want to hang out with and I enjoy hanging out with are here. And I hang out with on a daily basis, right? My family. We get to choose now who we hang out with. Sue says, when I feel down, I go out and look for things to make me feel better. Beautiful, Sue. That's beautiful. Because you can do something about it now, right? I'm like, you can do something about it now. Right? It is hard when we feel the weight of those hard feelings from the past that are like getting louder and louder, that it's like, okay, that was then, this is now, that was then, this is now, but I'm going to move my body, move my energy to shift how I feel. Because when I start to feel better, my thoughts usually follow and I will start to think something better of myself. Move maybe the doom or gloom or where I feel stuck. Yes, that's right. You're getting some good feedback here on Periscope, Sue. Someone's saying good self-care, Sue. And Sue just wrote, interesting that you were no different in Iceland from the way you are here with us. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, my friend. I take it as a compliment, right? I do my best to bring me, this is me, wherever I go. And you were so much fun to play with. We had fun, my friend. Yes, I hear you, Sue. I'll take it as a compliment. So anybody else want to add? Yes, we did. Anybody else want to add? What's a relationship now that you can think about that supports you, that you enjoy? Right? You get to be you. You don't have to pretend. Right? You don't take yourselves too seriously. Go hang out with those people. Even if it's just one person, make time for that person. Make time for that person. And if you're discovering that that's like you being with you, yourself, your inner child, who wants to come out and play, wants to go for those nature walks that she couldn't as a little girl or as a little boy, be intentional, right? Hey, sweet girl. Hey, baby boy. We're going to go do that now. Yeah. Maybe we even go climb a tree. At least hug a tree. That's awesome. Thank you so much, my friends, for sharing today. I hope you're doing all right, Wanda. I know you're doing much better now, Wanda. Now that you have your friend to hang out with you. Denise says, I have one. I'm trying to be as me as I can. It's difficult more than I thought. I do understand, Denise. I do understand. And it makes sense, my friend, right? It was, part of the healing journey is to understand, right, how our biology is so hardwired, right, to keeping us safe. And like all the habits that we create that are very much on autopilot, immediately if we sense from the environment that somehow we don't feel safe, yes, I hear you. And then, right, we shut down and we kind of go through the motion, so to speak. She also says here, she wants me to be open and honest with her, and I just don't know how to be. So are you talking about relationship with yourself, or are you talking about as far as being you with others? Good, Wanda. I'm glad to hear it. So Denise, she says she wants me to be open and honest with her, and I just don't know how to be. Who is she that you're referring to? A friend who was like a mother to me growing up. Yes, I understand. I understand. So Denise, obviously I don't know, right, your whole history and your relationship with many of your caregivers growing up. Exactly. Thank you, Sue. It will take a little time. But also, if the people closest to us growing up weren't safe, they didn't see us, they didn't hear us, they didn't respond to who we were, they only seemed to respond or engage when we were doing something for them or showing up, right? It wasn't about being really seen for being us, then we don't really know how. It's not safe. So sometimes, I don't know exactly, Denise, again, what your situation is. Does that resonate a little bit? And also, open and honest is also, you get to decide, right? What you share, how open you are with people. And I think, people have to kind of earn our trust. And it definitely, like Sue said, takes time. Takes time. And the other piece here too is that most people have been that way. Yes, Denise, I hear you. So even if there's a part of you that wants to open up to her, maybe wants to let her in, your nervous system, right, like in your world, someone close is not safe. Right? So we shut down and we protect and defend. So understanding that that's a normal response given what you've been through, it is then takes time with practice, maybe with some, self-compassion practice, also starting to connect with your inner child or inner children. And when we become kind of the parent and the protector, and we become the part that protects them, yes, we can have open relationships now, but like in my heart of hearts, inside of me, my inner child knows I'm not going to let anybody hurt her. And she knows because I actively believe in that. Like I have had to work hard at having a relationship, starting like having to place my inner child outside of me and having this back and forth dialogue with her. Now I can do that inside of me until she now can relax and trust that I'm the grown up and I'm the one having these relationships. I'm not taking her and handing her over to these other people to love, to care for, to protect. I want to believe she's not, but it's terrifying. She just keeps saying she will love me no matter what. Yep. And then that's it too, Denise, is that instead of looking for signs that she is not trustworthy, because that's what we're hardwired to do, we look for the proof that I can't trust. If she is showing up in your life as someone who is, I'm here for you, I love you, I support you, I care, those concepts, again, we don't know what that looks like on the inside. I had no idea what loving Svava looked like. So it wasn't, again, until I started doing that for me where I started to see that's what she's doing, because I know now what it looks like inside of me. So it is like, I'm going to trust a little bit, and then may I retreat. I will expand a little more, and then I may retreat again. Right? And you learn to maybe work with your nervous system as you self-regulate. Notice the tension in your body. How do you hold yourself around this friend? Because that also, if we start to tense up around people, that's a sign to your nervous system, I don't feel safe. And then you are being removed from the logical part of your brain. This is a friend of mine. We've been hanging out for a while. I have no reason to fear her. So it is, right? Yeah, big sigh. You learn to be this way, Denise. You learn to be this way. You can learn to be different. And that could even be a part of your mantra. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of carrying, cards, like cognitive behavioral training, having certain sayings in my phone or in my purse, that when I could feel my body starting to go inwards, like maybe Wanda, this might be a good tool for you too, is to pull that out and to remind you, this is now, that was then, right? This is now, that was then. I learned to be this way. I'm learning to be different, and I am different. And there are some few other things that you can maybe come up with that help you to stay present in the moment. Do a little tapping to help your body from going into, right, protecting itself, because then you're just sending signal to the brain, retreat, fight or flight. And so I have that on my bathroom mirror, says Wanda. Awesome. Good for you, friend. So Denise, this is helpful. I hear you, I see you. It takes time. And if I can encourage you to engage, right, in the group, right, if you start to write a little bit there in the safety of our closed Facebook group, you have started to see some of the same people over and over again. You are starting to read the love and support that they give each other when someone expresses upset or hurt or challenge. Good. I have notes on my mirror too. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love the sticky notes. You guys know I'm a queen of sticky notes. I have all kinds of these. I have stars. I have hearts, different colors, shapes, and sizes. And then some days I just will color a crown on my bathroom mirror, and it fits me perfectly. Yes, Sue, I have notes on my microwave where I can see them. Yeah, put it right there. So every day, I tend to put them on the side of my door. So when I walk in and out of my room, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. So make it easy for you. Make it easy for you. Well, I pulled a card for us today, my friends, as we're coming to a close. Thank you so much for sharing and being your authentic self here in this space. And of course, I got the right card for just this topic for today. One day, she decided to just be herself. Oh, Jordan says, Mommy won't let him write on the mirror. I'm sorry, Jordan. Maybe every now and then. So isn't that a perfect card for us today? So if you And that maybe that's another assignment. If you would just get to be yourself, who would you be? Who would you be? What would you be doing? Put yourself in the future a little bit. Right? Imagine, feel into that. One day she decided to be herself. Perfect. The love and admiration is mutual, Wanda. I hear you, I see you, I celebrate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I appreciate any thumbs up over here on YouTube, of course, if this conversation was helpful to you. And of course, I always love the hearts over here on Periscope. If you ever want to come and join our conversation, I'm going to hold up here for you my website and contact information. And also, like I said, because we over here on Facebook have a closed Facebook group where we get to practice in a safe place. Because that's it. It's like we have to practice. Well, if I'm not that, then if I want to be this, where can I practice? Where can I practice? Now that you are learning, I learned to be this way. I want to practice being different. I want to practice being what I think deep in my heart of hearts is the truth of who I am. To be me and see who shows up. See who wants to hang out. All right, sweet friends, thank you again so much for being here, for hanging out. I see you, I hear you, I appreciate you always. So I'll be back here on Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, have a beautiful rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of the week. And I'll see you Thursday. Bye, friends. You're welcome, Sue. Bye, everyone.